Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for the kind feedback that I've gotten over the past few weeks about my videos. I've really been trying like my hardest to crank out about 3 videos a week, and it's been a teensy bit challenging. So I'm just really glad to hear that you guys are enjoying them. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm going to answer a viewer's question about something that is very near and dear to my heart. But just remember, if you like all things EMS and these are the types of videos that you enjoy, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And while you're down there, hit the notification bell and it will tell you when I post a new video. All right, let's jump right in. Okay, so let me read exactly what the viewer said. I'm an explorer with my local fire department, before the pandemic, of course. I'm just curious as to what you did as an explorer, like your scope of practice as one, if you will, and everything that you did from then until now. I love your page and your TikTok because it genuinely inspires me and pushes me, as well as increases the little EMS knowledge that I have. First of all, thank you so much. Those were like the sweetest, kindest words ever, and that is the entire point of my page, my TikTok, all of that, because I just want to help those who are going into the EMS field or considering it. As most of you know, I was a fire/EMS explorer growing up, and I have so many fond memories of it, and that is truly where my love of EMS began. So what I'm going to tell you is kind of how I became an explorer and what it's led to in my life. So whenever I was about 14 years old, there was an ad in the classifieds in our local newspaper, and it basically just said that they wanted to start a local explorers chapter for fire and EMS. At that point, I had no idea about the field. Like I've said in previous videos, I have no firefighters in my immediate family, really no first responders in my immediate family. I was intrigued because I thought it was so cool that a girl could be a firefighter, because from what I had seen growing up, it was mainly like male dominated. So that's initially what drew me to the classified ad. So I read a little bit about it, and I think it said from 14 years old to 20 years old you could apply. I think I had just turned 14, or I was turning 14 within a couple of weeks. I thought, okay, I want to do this. So I told my parents about it. They were kind of like, sure, if that's what you want to do. I kind of presented it like I was interested in fire and EMS, but also it was a volunteer program that would look really good on applications in the future when I applied for college. Yes, as a 14-year-old, I was already thinking like that. I was always intrigued with college and scholarships and everything like that, so I knew that I needed to start on all of that stuff early. So that's kind of how I pitched it to my parents. And so they agreed, and I became one. I would go like once or twice a week and do an 8-hour shift. And during this time, the emphasis was on fire training, learning how to be a firefighter, controlled burns, bunker drills, things like that. But we were also permitted to ride on the ambulance during like our downtime or between fire training and stuff like that, or if there was nothing planned. And honestly, that's where it all began. So I was extremely involved with school, extracurricular activities, sports, things like that, but overall my parents still kept me very sheltered from different aspects of life that you definitely see when you are going on ambulance calls and out on the street. And I just really liked the excitement of never knowing what kind of call you were going on, what kind of thing you were going to see. I thought it was the coolest thing that these people, like the firefighters and EMTs, once they began working there and earned their spot and really worked past proving to the guys that they wanted to be there, that they just earned a totally new family. It wasn't a biological family, but it was a work family, and I just really, really loved that family-like atmosphere. And I thought it was so cool that they lived together 2 to 3 days a week. So back then, it was all guys at my local fire department. There were no women at that time hired. That's since changed, but I just love that whole concept of just getting to have a bonus family once you earned your spot on the fire department. So I found myself becoming more and more interested in the EMS side of things. Like the firefighters would always encourage me to bring my backpack and work on homework, and there would be some people there that would tutor me like in math and just different things, but I would always find myself wandering out to the truck hall and going into the ambulances and pulling things down and kind of learning what this equipment was, what it did, what kind of patient it worked on. As for what I was actually permitted to do or scope of practice, it was very minimal. I of course had to don gloves on every call, and I could take vitals. And that was the extent of what I was really allowed to do. It was mainly observation, but as time went on and the firefighters got to know me more personally, I got to know them, and they would allow me to kind of make more patient contact, get a history on the patient, apply oxygen. The main thing was I was really there for observation, and especially if it seemed like a sketchy call or the patient was going to get combative or something, they would separate me from that situation. But it was during that time that I decided, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do as a career and as a job. I think my parents were a little shocked when I told them that, because I'd always been like, I want to be an attorney, or I want to be a vet. I just always had all these big dreams and stuff. But once I got experience riding on the ambulance, it was like, okay, this is actually what I want to do. I know in the question it kind of asked what I've done from then until now. I graduated high school, and I kind of felt the pressure to go on and get a 4-year college degree. If I could change it all and go back, I wouldn't waste my time or money. I would have gone straight into EMS. But I did. I went on and I got a 4-year degree. I graduated. I got married very shortly after I graduated college. And then one day I just told my husband, I can't stop thinking about going into EMS. And my husband pretty much knew how I felt about EMS. He knew that I always really liked it. And of course he was supportive, but I told him, if I do this, I'm definitely going all the way through, because we had plans of starting a family and I just felt like time was ticking. So I told him, if I start in EMS at my basic, I'm gonna go straight through and get my paramedic. And yeah, that's what I did. I do help out with the local paramedic program, and I help out like in EMS education for our department. It's something that I'm really passionate about. I definitely see myself always being involved in the EMS field in some capacity, but I don't see myself leaving street paramedicine for a long time. As for Explorers, it was life-changing for me. It helped me decide what I wanted to be involved in for the rest of my life. There are so many Explorer chapters all over the nation, and they're not just for fire and EMS. They are for all kinds of career fields. I'm gonna put a ton of information down in the description box below. So if you're a teenager that is interested in Explorers, especially fire EMS Explorers, definitely look into that. If you're a parent that thinks that their child may benefit from being in a program like this, definitely click the links below. I don't know all the career fields that Explorers covers, but I know it covers fire EMS, law enforcement, there's aviation careers, business careers. Definitely go and check out the information below. I personally would love to get this kind of restarted in my community, because I now am employed with the fire department that I was an Explorer with. And it's crazy because some of these guys that were literally like children whenever I was an Explorer are now close to retirement age, and it's just come full circle. And if I'd be able to help somebody else find their passion or what they like to do in life, that would be amazing. I would absolutely love that. Just know, if that's something that you're interested in, definitely do your research, call around, call the local police department if you're interested in the law enforcement side of it, call your local fire department and see if they have a chapter that your child or you can get involved in. If anyone else has any further information that you want me to share about Explorers, definitely shoot me a message on one of my social medias or an email, and I would love to share that information with you guys. Okay guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, let me know by liking it down below and also sharing it with all of those that you know are interested in EMS. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.